Greetings and salutations, everyone. It's time for another episode of Viewport Relay, a bi-weekly podcast where the Viewport team looks at the latest news in the gaming industry. As always, I'm your host, Robert Corson, joined by Tristan John.
Hello.
And Alex Nestor.
Hey!
It's episode 64, the episode where I stumble on my name in the intro. All planned.
All planned. It's also the last episode of 2020. It's actually, this episode comes out New Year's Eve.
Ooh. Happy New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I hope you got some great party plans.
Preface? Spoiler alert? I don't know. They're the same thing. Why don't they just replace the word preface with spoiler alert? Anyways, this is the 2020 in review episode. So we're going to have a little bit of news, very small amount of news, and then we're going to review this lovely year. Right, guys? Wasn't it a lovely year? Before that, it's holidays, so we've all been playing games, I think, I hope, maybe. So what have you been playing? And I'm putting you on a 1-minute timer.
I don't think that's enough for me.
Well, that's too bad. 1 minute, Mr.
Right.
Jung.
Me first. Okay, I've been playing Outer Wilds. I've been playing Dota 2, Apex Legends, Factorio, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny 2, CSGO, League of Legends, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and Call of Duty Warzone.
Which one's your favorite?
Counter-Strike Geo. What? CSGO. What
Counter-Strike.
are you doing?
Hey,
Losing
no
my mind.
swearing in the podcast.
Sorry.
sir.
CSGO.
I also enjoy... Do you like Counter-Strike Go or CS Global Offensive?
CSGO Global Offensive.
CSGO. I think I used to call it CSGO a long time ago.
You did. I think you still do sometimes. Okay. That's cool. Alex, you wanna...
Yeah, mine is super quick. It's just FF14 all the way. I'm a raider. That's all I can say.
I like it.
I'm making food. I'm making potions. I'm hitting buttons. That's all I do. Next.
You know what happened in 2020, Alex, is you can follow the progress of you wanting to be a raider into you becoming a raider.
Yeah, I know. This year started with me becoming a Grandmaster caster, and now it's the sky's the limit. Now I'm here, so to speak.
And this year turned into Tristan being subbed to the game to Tristan not being subbed.
Yeah, completely uninterested in 14, leaving me behind.
Just giving up.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
There's only one thing left. Mahjong Master.
Oh, I saw a guy with the title today.
That's your future version of me.
There you go. I just have 2 accounts now. I just have to do all the same things on 2 different accounts now every week. It's painful. Anyways, I played games. I think I played Factorio. I played a lot of Factorio. Tristan, we should play on my world. It's fun.
Yeah, you left me behind on Factorio.
You didn't want to play anymore.
What?
There was
I never
one
said
day
I didn't want to play.
I was like, Tristan, you want to play Factorio? And you never said anything.
Find the receipts.
I will.
Find the receipts.
And then that's the day I made my own world.
And now you're grabbing uranium and
now
stuff.
Now I'm shooting spaceships into space.
Oh my god.
Not yet. Almost there. Anyways.
The co-op game conundrum right there.
We can play together anytime. That's the cool thing, though, is I can start up a multiplayer server on my world and Tristan can join along and have cooler stuff than on our other world.
SMHing so hard right now. Oh, I also play Super Smash. Today.
I played with Tristan, too.
Yeah.
He plays the weirdest Pikachu I've ever seen. Anyways, I also played Cyberpunk, and I've been playing VR games. So, Beat Saber, Super Hot, the good stuff. Is that good? Did we make it?
Yeah, I think we listed like 30 games, right?
Yeah. We should play a game sometime where it's who can name 50 different games first. That'd be a fun one.
I feel I'm at a severe disadvantage.
It's true. Just start naming
Call of Duty games. You get like 19 of them for free.
Oh, true.
And then Madden 08, Madden 09, Madden 10, Madden 11. FIFA. All right. We're starting news with our favorite game, Cyberpunk 2077.
If you missed our last episode where we talked about it for a full hour.
Now we're going to talk about not our experiences, but console people, and it got removed from the PlayStation Store, and everyone's refunding it, and it's getting they're getting CD Projekt Red's getting sued for lying and things like that. That's it. I don't know.
Don't lie about your video game.
Don't lie about your video game. But in other news, it's getting free DLC this year or next year. So
nice.
Look forward to that.
Are they going to finish the game or?
Yeah, I think everyone's rumoring. They're like, I think it's going to have like finally like someone you can go to change your hairstyle and like customize your car or something like that. Which
I'm really surprised that stuff wasn't in the game prior.
Yeah. In the Cyberpunk 2077, you can look like anything you want, but only once at the start of the game, because then you can never change what you look like ever again.
That technology just doesn't exist in 2077 anymore.
That's 2078.
Yeah.
That we're a year too early. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about Cyberpunk related? I feel like everyone has heard about all the...
I'm Cyberpunked out.
You beat the game? Tristan and I both beat the game.
And, like, the side quests are kind of boring. It's just kind of like...
You haven't done the river one, man. I told you haven't done the river one.
I can't even find it.
He'll call you. He'll call you up. He'll call you up. He'll find you, okay?
Oh, okay. I don't have to find him.
His people will talk to your people. And by your people, I mean he'll get your number from the yellow pages, I guess, and
What I do is, like, I load into the game, pick a random spot on the map, and then I, like, just go after the nearest question mark. And it's always the same type of mission, like kill this person, kill that person.
See, this is why I did all of that in my first 5 hours of playing the game, because I bored myself out doing that. And then I played the real good side quests, like River. And
anyways,
that
I don't
good.
want this to turn into another hour of me complaining about Cyberpunk.
Well, there was something that happened, gentlemen, in this last week that... You know, it only happens every 8 or 9 years. And it already happened a couple times this year. But we have a new console that just came out.
Uh-huh.
The KFC chicken console came out this past week.
Finally.
Okay.
I've been waiting.
It's finger licking good, okay? Mm-hmm. It warms your fried chicken in a gaming PC.
Mm-hmm.
And plays Cyberpunk at the same time.
Mm-hmm. What more do you ask for to make tendies and game at the same time? Suddenly you don't even need to ask Mom.
I mean...
Well, you still need to bring it from the freezer, I assume.
Oh, true. Yeah, you need a mini fridge, too. Maybe that's in version 2, that they'll have a freezing unit on the side.
Yeah, freezing unit and a fryer unit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say right now that the spokesperson officially told the BBC, quote, if Sony or Microsoft want any tips on how to engineer a chicken chamber for their efforts next time, they'd be welcome to get in touch.
Oh, so PS6?
Move. That was your move, Sony and Microsoft.
Yeah, PlayStation 3 kind of had it down. It was like a George Foreman grill.
That's true. PS4 was a noisemaker attached to it. It had a noise.
A little too trapezoidal, but the PS3 original model. Oh yeah, that would work perfect. I think they got something there.
I feel like with how big the PS5 was, if they made it a little taller, they could put a little pizza oven in the bottom and partner with Domino's on that one. We're what am I trying to say here? These ideas are free. Is that what I'm trying to say? Sony, you can take these ideas.
I think Soulja Boy is gonna make a comeback.
Oh,
that's what I'm smelling.
Ooh, you're smelling it.
Yeah, I mean, chicken tendies. Come on, you gotta smell it.
You gotta go. Go ahead.
My only worry with that console is like cleaning that thing. I don't even want to imagine cleaning that thing.
I'm sure it has ventilation.
Yeah, but it's going to be like oily.
Yeah, you'll still have to clean it. So
it feels like they took an air fryer and then just made it a little bigger and then put all the nooks and crannies and put computer parts in it.
Just like stuck a GPU in there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's what the picture looks like. But anyways,
Microsoft and Sony in shambles.
They got 10 years from now they can try again. Okay.
Yeah.
Or, 5 years from now, the variant, Anyways. We're going 2020 in review. And we're going to have 3 parts. Part 1 will be the biggest news of the year. Part 2 will be the silver screen. And part 3 will be, we're going to go through a bunch of video games in chronological order. And we're going to zoom through which ones were good and bad and what we want to talk about and all that nonsense. Sound good?
I'm ready. I got my water.
I think it's doable.
Okay, we are doing biggest news, and I might have left some things out, so if there's anything you remember, feel free to shout it out. First big news this year. E3 is canceled. Remember that?
Man.
Remember we talked about that?
That was I remember when that was the craziest thing.
And then Mr. Keighley was like, Summer of Gaming. Take that.
I feel like the biggest thing from Summer of Gaming was Tony Hawk. I don't remember anything else from Summer of Gaming.
Yeah, that's actually the only thing I remember is Tony Hawk, and that was right at the start.
Didn't, everyone have a press conference?
I think so, but
Didn't, Sony show off the PS5 at their press conference?
Wait, did they?
Was that part of the Summer of Gaming? Yeah, that was the future gaming.
Oh, was it Xbox who showed off theirs? Was it Xbox? Or was neither of them at E3?
I don't think either of them showed up to do a summer games thing.
They all had their things, though. We got to see.
Yeah, they both had their own conferences.
Yeah.
We got to see Demon Souls and things like that. Oh, that wasn't even there. That was at the PS5 one still.
Yeah.
Oh, Sony doesn't have E3 anymore. That's right.
No. Future of Play.
Future State of Play.
State of Play. Wait, what is Future Play? Is that Ubisoft?
I don't know.
They gotta work on their marketing.
They all blend together at this point.
Yeah. So that happened. Oh, what do you guys think of is it fine if there's no E3? Do we miss E3?
Well, in these trying times, maybe it was for the best.
But there was no big boy slipping.
It's true. We lost a lot of the good Bethesda memes and stuff.
We lost the cheer guy because they couldn't have a live audience.
Woo guy was sorely missed.
Devolver had a good show.
Oh, yeah. Devolver had a great show.
A lot of them, honestly, went over to digital format just fine. So I think we really didn't lose anything by not having stage presence.
Yeah.
The one weird one I think was, I recall Ubisoft having nothing. And then they're like, in the fall we'll have another one. And it's like, okay. It's like your games are coming out in 4 months though. So
wait, did that happen? I feel like the only thing I'm waiting for from Ubisoft is Beyond Good and Evil 2. And we have heard nothing about that.
Yeah, they've said nothing about that game, so it doesn't really matter.
That game's going to come out in 2025, I think. At this rate. We're getting on a tangent, but either way, I feel like that game is just going to be scrapped on older gen consoles and be next gen only, and going to come out in 2024 once everyone has one.
What do you mean? Cyberpunk did perfectly fine.
Now we should move on by the time it comes out.
The moving on segue was we had 2 console launches happen, so that was fun.
PS5 and the Xbox Series X
there's not a lot to play on each one right now, but they're here.
Somebody DM'd me today and they're like, Tristan, should I get a PS5? And I've just started to say no. Don't get one.
I would just say not yet. I wouldn't say, I guess it's the same answer, but...
Yeah, exactly. There's no point right now to really own either one.
I would say eventually, yeah. But not right now.
And even my friends with PS5s, they're like, hey, do you want to play something together? And I'm like, sure. And their answers are, let's play Apex or Warzone. And my response is okay, I'll play with you on my PC then.
Sackboy co-op online multiplayer came out. You can play Sackboy.
$60 for a video game?
Hey, better than $70 for a video game like I paid.
That's true. I also paid $70 for Call of Duty. I'll eyes emoji it after recording to see if it looks any good.
Alrighty.
I mean, if you get it, if I get it, you're gonna have to get it. If you get it, I'm gonna have to get it. I don't think there's any...
What if I get it and then I never tell you I get it?
Oh, fuck.
Why would I do that?
Why would you do that to yourself?
Okay. More news stories. Mixer shut down.
Damn, that was this year.
That was this year? Wow.
Mixer. See you later.
When was that?
think
Like
that was in
March?
the spring.
Like April time frame. Yeah. It was early.
June. No.
June.
Yeah, June. That was just the
Okay,
summer.
it was a little bit later. Okay.
Wow.
Time flies when you're having fun. You know, how could I have missed it?
Smile.
It was such a big part of my life.
I bet it was. Anyways.
I wonder what Ninja's doing now.
He was streaming
Streaming on
Valorant
Twitch?
today. I was watching him earlier.
Was he on YouTube Gaming or what?
No, he's on Twitch. He's back.
Oh,
on
he is
Twitch.
on Twitch. Okay.
Yeah.
How many people went to YouTube?
Doc? I think that's
yeah,
it.
Doc, I
He
think.
wasn't a Mixer deal, though.
Oh.
Was he? No. He
Oh,
wasn't.
no.
No, nobody from Mixer went to YouTube. I think.
Yeah, because Shroud went back to Twitch.
Shroud's on Twitch.
I feel like Shroud and Ninja were the two biggest people, but there were a couple. Oh, was Tim the Tapman? No.
No. He has that big deal with Twitch,
Oh, okay. Well,
and nothing of value was lost.
nothing of value. I went there once, and I was like, "Whoa, this is like being in a new world right here." Anyways, Epic versus Apple showdown.
That's still going on.
That's still going on. Yeah,
It's still going on, but that happened.
People are trending free Fortnite. I see it, and by see it, I mean I don't see it at all. But apparently, it happens.
Does anyone care about this anymore? Is Epic still trying to mobilize their fans to go make more millions of dollars from Apple that their fans are never going to see?
I'm sure some kids care a lot that their iPhone can't play Fortnite.
I think Apple or was it Apple? They introduced like a new policy. If you make like less than $1 million, then you're not subject to like the full 30% or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think there have been changes, but yeah, I cannot play Fortnite on my iPhone, which it's a downer.
Apple looked at it and they're like, "What's the bottom line if we made this change?" And they're like, "We'd lose $15 million of revenue this year." And it's like, "How much money would we gain from the PR?" And they're like,
$1 billion.
$1 billion. All right, make the change. So, Apple Epic. Moving on. We only have two more big things. Number one, Microsoft buys Bethesda.
Ooh.
Slapping down hard with the Microsoft money.
Now, if only they can use that money to upgrade their technologies. But that's the software specifically. I keep getting confused because I know it's their entire catalog.
Yeah, it was all of their studios, but yeah, hopefully they move beyond Gamebryo. But who knows?
Oh, I thought you meant technologies in like the Bethesda store because I was like, dude, if they move to the Windows store, I don't know if that's much better.
No, maybe they can both learn from that. Create a better store together. That should be their first project.
I feel like they should buy a company who can make a successful app first.
Well, at this point, they should know both what doesn't work so they can avoid those things.
They should just learn from EA and be like, how about we just go back on Steam?
Yeah.
They're taking the exhaustive approach, right? Just figure out every single thing that doesn't work, and then what you have left at the end is what works.
They're doing like a breadth first search right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we're going every path. All right, that one doesn't work, and then they're eventually going to get the answer. All right, and our last story, and that might seem short, but maybe it is. Doc banned from Twitch, still not unbanned.
Oh, Doc!
2020.
We know where he is.
We found him.
If he never came back, that would be crazy.
We'll never know why he was banned.
He doesn't even know.
Supposedly.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the sources to say.
Yeah,
I know. Walked into one too many bathrooms while filming, I guess, and now they're done.
I'm back on his Twitter. It's the same old. He hasn't changed.
Yeah,
hasn't learned his lesson.
Same persona.
Yeah. Quote unquote persona.
Yeah, he's
still
a two-timer.
Mm-hmm.
He's a two-timer, back to back. All right. Those were the biggest stories. Did I miss anything? I guess we could have, gone through our podcast and see what we talked about, but you think I would do that? Moving on to the second category, which is very short, we're going to talk about the silver screen. We had 2 video game movies this year. Sonic the Hedgehog, classic,
Movie of the year, comedy of the year.
Yeah,
right?
I think
Comedy
it's
of the
the
year.
top grossing comedy of the year, I think. Theater release?
It is. I think
It
it
has
is.
to be.
It beat like Tenet, I think.
Box office performance for... It's not counting under comedy, according to this website.
$306
It's
million.
adventure. It is the third highest this year, though.
Insane. Who knew?
Wait, the only one... I can never mind, yeah. So, we got Bad Boys for Life, 1917, and then Sonic the Hedgehog. Amazing.
I want us to travel back in time with this list and don't tell them about coronavirus.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And just try to see their reactions.
They're gonna be like, wow, we saw that weird cat hedgehog thing, but number 3, huh? It must be really
Must be
good.
pretty good. Next one, which, guys, we gotta watch it sometime together. Came out just last week.
Oh,
2
I
weeks
really
ago.
don't wanna watch
Monster
this one.
Hunter, the movie. Yeah, that happened. I haven't seen it yet.
Where is it watchable? It's out on Prime Video.
Yeah, it's about...
Oh, that sounds like a watch part. Oh, you gotta buy it,
No,
though?
you gotta buy the thing.
Yeah, you gotta buy a
I'm
pass.
willing to put down $20 for this.
Oh.
Pre-order? What? Is it not available?
No, they gotta build up enough hype
Oh.
before it unlocks.
Well, it's at a 2-star on Amazon.
I think it's because it's supposed to come out on Christmas Day and it still hasn't come out yet.
Oh.
Oh, it's all the low ratings because it's on Prime and everyone says it's on Prime, but it's actually not available. So everyone's mad that they can't watch this movie. The tags, though, is disappointed.
It's effective tech.
So, not good. Anyways.
Nothing I've seen of that movie makes me want to watch it. I don't know if Friends would even make it better.
Sometimes there's movies that are just so bad that they're great, okay?
Look, we sat through Wonder Woman 84.
I didn't watch it.
I don't want to say anything more about it because this is a video games podcast.
What if they come out with a Wonder Woman 84 video game?
Oh god,
You
no.
know,
No,
made-
X.
Made by the same people who did Avengers. But they couldn't get, what's her name?
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot's appearance, so they went with...
Might even be better then in that case. Oh, you know what? This is a bad tangent. Let's not go into this.
Yep, we're going to a dark place. Let's get out.
Was it that bad? Was it that bad?
We can tell you after the recording.
Okay, yeah.
Oh no. Okay. I'm apparently triggering PTSD in my co-host, so I'm having to move on. But the next segment, the bulk of our episode, will be I'm going to list a bunch of video games that came out this year in chronological order. And we're going to talk about them. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, let's talk.
Ready?
There's like 150 games on this list.
Oh my god, Albert.
Oh,
But, we're going to do our classic style where I'm just going to read it out.
Uh-huh.
And if you want to talk about it, you can say pause or stop or pause, stop or whatever, synonym of pause you want to say. You can even say viewport.
Buzz in.
You can buzz in. Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to do this by month because I don't want to have to read out every date. But it is chronological. So starting in January, we had Monster Hunter World Iceborne for PC come out. What a good segue. The movie right to this thing.
Is this planned?
Maybe.
Ice?
this works that way?
There's no pause.
I still haven't finished that game.
Ouch.
Yeah, I don't understand it. You don't like FF14, you don't like Mon Hunt anymore.
He likes League and Counter-Strike Go.
Counter-Strike
and,
Geo.
Yeah, and...
Now I'm playing Super Smash.
Oh, God.
Am I even the same person?
I don't know who you
Yeah.
are.
I'm the biggest victim of 2020 TBA.
It's been a long year, so...
If you were a relatable gamer, you would have played both those games.
I did play. I just didn't finish it.
You played like an hour of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I'm just smiling at my screen. I have no rebuttal.
All right. Moving on. Oh, did we talk about the game? I like how we didn't talk about the game.
Yeah, it was like ripping on me for...
Yeah.
That's every podcast. Let's be real here.
Good game. I didn't really care for Clutch Claw too much.
Oh, you want them to get rid of it?
Yeah, so good thing Rise doesn't have it.
I like Clutch Claw. I like Clutch Claw and, what do you call it? Like, breaking the armor and all that.
I love knocking the monsters into the wall. Oh, that's so much fun.
Oh, I'm so bad at that.
I can see why you didn't like it, Alex, because it's essential meta strat, right? Like, you have to do it.
Yeah, you have to do it, because it's almost like it's balanced towards you have to do it. But anyways, yeah, that's really my only complaint of Iceborne. Otherwise, it's a fantastic experience. I still put in like 400 hours, so, you know.
Mediocre game.
As much as I hated
400 hours played.
I still got plenty of enjoyment out of it. The endgame fights were super good.
You're like the Steam reviews that are like Dota 2. It's okay. 10,000 hours played.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay. Also in January, we had Yakuza Like a Dragon. I'm lumping this in here, even though it only came out in Japan. But you can talk about this.
Yeah, it comes out later.
Worldwide.
But, yeah. So far I'm really enjoying it. And man, I just love Kasuga as a character. I need to still get more into it, because yeah, just ratings taking up my life, but I should have time.
Did they confirm if he's going to have multiple games, or if they're just going to do new character every game now?
I believe the intention is to continue it on from Kasuga, but obviously I don't know the ending of this game, so could go anywhere.
Okay.
But yeah.
He could die.
He could. But that... You know, Yakuza main characters, they usually have a tendency to come back to life somehow. They survive the bullet shot in the cutscene. But anyways, yeah, great story. Very different from Kiryu, which I liked. I thought he was going to be kind of similar, but it turns out pretty different, and it's got a great tone, I think. Definitely a good game for 2020, I think, in terms of the story.
Nice. I like how... Random tangent. Not tangent, but like... connection. Like, Total War became this small franchise that's now this big franchise, even though it's kind of obscure. Mm-hmm. And Yakuza has sort of gone a similar path. Yeah,
Sega somehow lucked out on that front in terms of getting two major franchise names, in terms of really getting exposure out there. Definitely well-deserved, too.
Here's a game. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Alright, goodbye, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Next.
Yeah, I can't
There's a lot of these, so
I don't even know what that game is.
Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore.
What?
That's the Fire Emblem.
Oh. You know what? Let's just skip over it, because I feel like we're gonna get into the same theme here of Tristan bought this game and didn't finish it.
Oh, did you actually buy this game?
Yeah, I did. I bought it on the Switch.
Yeah, it's like Persona Idols, basically, with Final Fantasy characters. Fire Emblem characters.
I was looking for a pure SMT experience.
That is definitely not what you're going to get.
Yeah, so I played like 5 hours, and I was like, this is not the game for
that
me.
game's rough.
Mm-hmm. You know what made me feel bad right there is Tristan played this game more than he did other games that he should have
Final
played.
Fantasy VII?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII, Nier.
Anyways, let's move on past Tristan's bad life decisions.
You're gonna have to like Clockwork Orange me at some point, like tie me down to a chair and like not let me out until...
Yeah, exactly.
No, if anything, you need to play the original Nier once it comes out, the remake.
Oh, God.
That one is
I haven't played that, so
honestly, I think that one, in terms of story, so much better than Automata, even.
Alright, I'll start a list. I'll
That's
put all these things in there.
2021, Alex.
Yeah.
No talking about
We'll get
that.
there. We'll get there.
We'll get there. It's baby steps. Let me...
We're 1/12 in.
Mm-hmm.
I finished Cyberpunk. That's like worth the celebration.
True. And I can't claim that. I've only got like an hour or two in that game.
We've seen a lot of it.
I have. I've watched quite a bit amount of streams of it, so I've seen it. Bugs and all.
Bugs and all. Alright, Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire.
I have that game. I've yet to play it.
Oh, no. Okay, are we keeping a count here? What are we, like,
Dang.
2? We're at 2? 3.
No, this one I straight up have not launched.
Okay.
I bought it from the sale.
Okay. Yeah. Kentucky Route Zero.
I thought that was an old game. Is this like a re-release or something?
I think it was in, it's a 5-act episode, so the last one came out.
Ah.
In, January.
Congrats to the team.
Oh, this one's a fun one. This next one. Warcraft 3 Reforged. Ooh, boy.
I forgot that was this year.
January 28th.
Man, God, I was so excited for that.
I was so excited.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people were excited for that one. So did Blizzard ever go back and fix all the issues people had with this Reforged edition?
I don't know.
I heard they're working on some stuff, but they haven't done a crazy. You guys want to guess the Metacritic score for this game?
It has to be like 50.
Yeah, 47.
As a reference, Fallout 76 has a 52 out of 100.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it has to be lower than that.
Oh.
I'm
it's
sticking
higher.
47.
It's higher.
Oh, it's
It's 59.
higher?
It's 59.
Okay, we need
But
to
still.
uproot game journalism. Something's broken here.
Yeah, we need
I
to
mean,
give
this
lower
game you can
scores.
actually play.
I mean, you can technically play Fallout 76 too.
Let me say the user score on the game did hit a 0.4 out of a 10.
Oh
on
my
Metacritic.
god.
So,
I'm
Ouch.
looking at a Warcraft 3 Reforged 6 months later, is it any better video, and it looks pretty bad.
yeah. And apparently, a big controversy of the game was like the fully redone cutscenes and everything like that.
Yep.
And originally, people were like, you didn't do that because you were lazy. And Blizzard's like, no. We wanted to maintain the spirit of the original game. That is actually what they said. Oh, man.
I can't wait until CD Projekt Red comes out and says, we're not going to fix any of the bugs.
And there was something like, it kind of screwed up how the custom games worked, right? Or like, made the old game unavailable so you couldn't play the old custom games. Something like that?
Something like that. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
something weird with the custom
I hope they
content.
fixed at least that part of it. That's really the part I would say they need to fix ASAP.
All right. We're going to move on to February, finally. This one's here. I don't know why this is here, but I have Yakuza 5. I think that was just because it came out in PS4 in 2020.
Yeah, it must be the remaster.
Yeah. But that was there.
Mm-hmm.
I also have Azure Lane Crosswave.
Wow.
I had to put it in here.
You know, as an avid Azure Lane player, I've not actually bought that game.
I'll play it for you. I'll
Yeah.
let you know how it is.
I've heard it's very heavy visual novel, which I don't really want to, get Boat Girl's story. I just want Boat Girl game. Know what I'm saying?
You want the visual, but not the novel.
Yeah. Definitely the
Yeah.
visual. I want a lot of the visual.
You're like, don't give me the story. I don't need to know that.
Yeah.
Less talking.
I play Azure Lane Crosswave for the story. Winky face.
Uh-huh. Alrighty. We have, by the way, we're like beginning of February. Daemon X Machina didn't come out this year, but came out on Windows this year.
Oh. On Steam.
Yes. It's originally a Switch game, which ran like garbage. So I
yeah,
feel like it's a
I
lot better
I heard
on...
it had issues also on PC. Apparently had some
Oh,
compatibility
it's a shame.
issues. But maybe not, maybe not. Maybe I just heard wrong, but
It
that's
did
what I
score
heard.
higher on Metacritic. 3 points higher. 72 instead of a 69. So maybe
Nice.
the port was a little better. Alright, Hatsune Miku Project Diva Megamix.
That's for Switch, right?
Yeah, that was for Switch. Yeah, I like how you know
Wait, is that the one we played at your house?
No, that's Groove
Oh.
Coaster.
I don't
Oh.
own a single Hatsune Miku game, so I don't know what games you were playing at my house.
I would own that game if I owned a Switch, but I don't.
You're missing out, Alex.
Alright, 2021 resolutions. Alex gets a Switch. I finish 17 single-player games.
17 single-player games.
I don't know. However many
You're gonna finish like 4.
I'm probably gonna finish one. half maybe.
Okay. We should do that for next episode. Thanks for the ideas, Tristan.
Oh god.
Oh, man.
Moving on. Darksiders Genesis. That game looked fun. I was like, I should pick that game up.
I remember
But
the
I never did.
cosplayer at PAX when we went.
Oh, yeah. Those are
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
that was Genesis, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I played the demo
I
of it.
should
It was,
buy
it was
this. Is it
okay.
Is it on Steam? Is
It
it on
must be.
sale right now? Oh, it is. It's $15. Holy.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, no.
I'd say it's probably worth for 15.
Yeah, dude. This is like a Diablo-style game. Perfect. Very positive reviews. Anyways. Welcome to the Viewport Podcast, where we show random games.
Where we just shop randomly throughout our recording.
Yeah, you just get this Christmas shop and done.
We're like going through the like the release list, and we're like, oh, let's just pick up all these games.
Exactly. Dreams is our next one.
Oh,
I've seen a lot of stuff before that. That looks like a cool game.
I read a very sad story news article about that game. About
Yeah, I saw it recently too, I think. Yeah.
how there's a lot of creators, but there's not enough players playing them. So
it's like if you had Super Mario Maker, but...
Yeah, but
nobody's
no players for it, which is unfortunate because it has some cool concepts.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those games I feel that it's tricky because I play Super Mario Maker, but I don't like making the levels, really. I like playing them.
Right.
And so, but a lot of the levels are really bad. So it's like you just get a couple of those and it's kind of like, how do I sort the junk out from the gold, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure the game has like, most popular or top rated and whatnot, but
But it's like the new tab in Reddit. Somebody's got to do it, right?
yeah.
Somebody's got to do the dirty job.
Yep.
Like, where's our micro, right? Like, get him out here.
Put him in dreams.
Put him in dirty jobs. Let's do it. I'd play that. Moving on, question mark. Persona 5 Scramble, recently announced, also coming to PC and Nintendo Switch.
Wait, that's out?
No, it's not. Only in Japan. It's
out
taken
in
forever
Japan.
to come out in the West.
Okay.
Coming out in 2 months in the West.
I don't know
said-
why it's taken so long to come out in the West. If you want to play the Japanese version, you can play it right now. But
February 23rd, 2021 for everyone else.
Mhm.
But I just put these because that game did come out.
Do I play it on the PC?
I'm just waiting for PC release.
I mean, if you want to play it on Switch, if it runs well, depends on where you want to play it. Suppose
Yeah,
we're all at home, though,
I think I heard it.
Just saying.
My Switch is my Dynasty Warriors machine at this point, so...
But did Age of Calamity play that well?
Oh my god.
We'll get to that. We'll get to
'Cause
that.
this is basically the same game.
Okay.
Yes. Well,
I'll get it on PC.
I heard it also has performance issues.
I'll get it on PC then.
But now you have to trust the PC port.
Muso games are always good on PC. They've
Okay.
gotten better.
Okay, moving on. Dota Underlords came with everything. Remember that game?
Auto chess.
Auto chess. That happened.
I
This year.
played it for a few hours. And then I went back to TFT. It was fun.
God. Riot shill over here, Tristan Jung.
No, not anymore. I gave up Valorant. So,
Nice. To play Counter-Strike
Geo.
Wow, more. We got Yakuza 0 on here.
Is this a biased list? What
Wait,
is
Dude,
it?
I look at the release
Yakuza
date on
0?
Wikipedia. It's been released like 6 different times.
Yeah, it has to have been. Which version's
So-
this?
This would be the Xbox One version.
Okay.
Looks like.
Still a great game.
Still a great game. I have Metro Redux on Nintendo Switch came out. I don't know how that game looks, and I'm too scared to look up footage. Then again, this is not... This was the packaged one, right? With the 2013 version. Yeah, okay. So this isn't the very latest Metro.
No, not Exodus.
Yeah, okay. Alright, we're moving on to March. Got a lot of games in March. Black Mesa. The mod that I feel like took 10 years to make.
The actual Cyberpunk of 2020. Because it was good.
Yeah, it turned out really well. I really liked what they did with the ending portion of the game, which was kind of rushed in the original. So they got a pretty good vision of Zen reimagined.
Is that why it took them like 5 years to do Zen?
Yeah, they basically almost completely overhauled how Zen is.
I should buy this game now. I liked the first Half-Life. It was fun.
Yeah, you should. It's a really good mod. I watched a couple playthroughs of it. It's really
It's
good.
$10 right now.
Okay.
Mm.
I should just start adding stuff to my cart right now. I'm doing it. Adding it to the cart. Alright. Call of Duty Warzone. March 10th. Tristan Jung.
That's me. Call of Duty Warzone player.
Resident Woo guy for Call of Duty.
For Activision. It's a fun game. I think, honestly, it's been getting better and better because I played it when it first came out. I played it when Cold War version came out. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's honestly the best Battle Royale game out there right now. I think it's better than Apex. Hot take. I don't know if that's a hot take, but that's my opinion.
Here's a game that I forgot to take off the list, but I will read it out just because it's here. It's called Langrisser 1 and 2.
Smile.
You guys ever heard of it?
No.
It's like an old RPG, isn't it?
Yeah, it's made by Nippon Computer Systems.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. A game that I always tell myself I'm going to play one day, and I haven't played it. I'm like,
I didn't even know it came out.
Yeah, that's also another one people have been telling me to play, and I've just been straight up saying no.
Saying no or just not doing it?
No.
Oh,
just saying no.
Oh, no. All right, moving on. Neo 2.
All I can remember is the Neo 4-year anniversary remastered collection.
Wait, what?
The Neo 4-year anniversary collection they're coming out with.
Remember the Neo remastered?
Oh, that's right.
A celebrated franchise, 4 years.
Hey, it's like those signs, and I think I made the exact same joke when we talked about it. It's like those signs that you see that were like established 2020, right? Like those business signs. You gotta start somewhere, okay?
That's true.
March 19th, Tristan Jung, do you know what came out on this day?
Animal Crossing.
No.
Oh.
That was March 20th.
Doom Eternal.
Teamfight Tactics.
Oh.
March 19th.
That was this year? No.
That was this year.
No, that was not this year.
No way, it was, actual release, because he was playing it when we were in Seattle, and that was
it came out on PC last year. It came out on mobile this year.
Okay.
Sorry. I need to make
I was like going into a state of panic.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what happened?
Do you play it on PC or do you play it on your phone?
PC, come on.
Not even on the phone? Not even tried?
No, I've played on my phone a couple times, but the issue is my phone's in Korean, right? So it plays the game in Korean, and I can't.
You can't change
I don't understand it.
That's not an optional setting?
No, it takes like my phone settings.
Yeah, your locale setting. Yeah.
Sounds like an issue.
Tristan Jung problem.
Yeah. March 20th, Tristan Jung got it. Animal Crossing New Horizons. I didn't play it.
Wow. That's bold.
I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna go out there, alright? It was a good game, I heard. But the reason I don't play Animal Crossing is because after like 3 weeks, or like a month, it feels like a chore game, right? Rather than a game you're playing for fun. And when I played New Leaf on the 3DS, I was like, I didn't like it, like, And then, like, 2 months later, I was like, you guys still playing Animal Crossing? And they're like, it kind of feels like a chore now. And I was like, that's exactly why I didn't get it. And everyone was flaming me when I didn't get it originally. So, that's my soapbox. Tristan Jung, do you have a soapbox to stand on? Did you abuse the game and market sell your turnips or whatever?
No, I screwed up the turnip stuff so bad. I think I agree with you. No one actually. Somebody messaged me this week saying, Tristan, I'm looking to sell my Switch because I don't want to play Animal Crossing anymore.
They bought it just for that game?
They did.
Oh God.
So
is it the special edition? Because they could probably sell that Switch for a lot of money.
I don't know what version they got, but if anyone's looking for a Switch, wink, wink.
Hey, no shilling here.
Yeah, no, but I agree with you. I think a lot of the people who were even playing it as a slow burn kind of game kind of stopped. And, I mean, that's what all Animal Crossing games are, right? You see those memes.
Eventually you're going to stop playing it.
Yeah.
But definitely, I respect it for its feel-good moment right when the pandemic and all the lockdowns and things like that.
I can't believe it didn't win Game of the Year.
I have a feeling if we started the pandemic in, like, September, and we've been locked down since like September,
Mm-hmm.
we would have had a better shot at winning, I guess.
A game where about a pandemic happening and killing everyone won instead of a virtual vacation game.
Exactly.
On a
We
remote
can't
island.
see each other in person, so we'll visit each other digitally.
Yeah.
We already have a game for that. It's called Second Life. That's why it didn't win.
Get out.
We had Doom Eternal come out on the same day. I played it. It's pretty good.
I still haven't finished Doom 2016.
Oh, gosh. Have you know what else came on this day, Tristan, that you could play and probably beat? Doom
What?
64.
Doom 64, yeah.
Yeah. Probably a lot shorter of a game. Half-Life Alyx, March 23rd. Just played it. Good game. Do recommend. Best game on VR right now. Very, very good game overall. Tristan, did you beat that game?
No, well, the thing is...
Okay, well, why do I even ask that? Why do I ask questions
Making
I know the
excuses
answer
already.
Well, the thing is, there's not enough space in my room anymore. So I can't play it. And I don't want to move my desktop outside to play a singular video game. I did get to the hotel chapter.
to? Okay, cool. You're like halfway, maybe? Like maybe 40% through? My favorite thing about Steam VR is when you're setting it up, it's like, when you're in the room setup, it's like, what type of room do you have? Open play space? Or it's like, you have at least a meter by
A closet.
Or it's sitting down, and it's like a little Aperture Science portal guy just spinning around in his chair at his desk. Because, I mean, there's games you can play in VR at your desk, right? Like Elite Dangerous.
Office Simulator.
Like games where you're like sitting in a cockpit, right?
Ah, okay.
Like a starfight, right? You're not really moving around in a cockpit in real life, so. Anyways. March 24th. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, Link Evolution. I heard this game was really good, if you like Yu-Gi-Oh!
This was the mobile game, right?
I'm not sure. Oh boy, this is not helping. I will say, oh my goodness,
Let's just trust Alex.
If it was an okay game.
It was updated version of Legacy of the Duelist, which was originally a Xbox One PC game. So I don't think it was the mobile game.
Okay,
The mobile
so it
game
must
was
not
Duel
be.
Links.
Okay, Duel Links is the mobile game.
Okay, so this was not the mobile game. This is a different one. I have a friend who really
Don't
likes
know
Yu-Gi-Oh! And he said it was really good. And he says on Switch, it's portable and you can duel your friends on the go.
Nice.
Moving on, we're almost done with March. Not really, we have 3 more games. Panzer Dragoon Remake. That was a game. I never played it.
Shmuppy.
People were like, "Whoa, they're bringing back Panzer Dragoon," and then this game released and no one talked about it. Just like we're not talking about it. Moving on. Ooh, this one. Star Wars Jedi Knight Academy coming out on Switch and PS4. Oh, you guys remember the stories on this one? They did crossplay between PC and the consoles.
Oh.
And there were people that have been playing this game for like 20 years.
Oh.
And they were just mopping people up on the multiplayer.
You don't want to do that.
It was like Anakin versus the younglings, man. It was not pretty.
Yeah, I feel you should
understood
get
that
that.
reference.
You should get that game on PC because there's so many good mods for it.
Never played it. Maybe I should.
Oh, Jedi Academy is incredible of a game. Yeah, definitely play it.
Ooh, this next one's spicy. Cooking Mama Cookstar.
Oh my god.
Is this one?
Okay.
Is this the one with the bit miner?
Yeah. And then it got pulled from the Nintendo store and
Yeah,
everything.
crypto miner, and then pulled away, and then the creators said they didn't have the actual license to make the game, and then there was a IP dispute. Let me see what the resolution was really quick here.
I feel like if you own a physical version of this game, you can sell it for a lot.
Can you still buy this game? Oh my god, it has a 46 on Metacritic. That's lower than Fallout 76.
Well, I mean, this is like approaching illegal territory.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. But let me put this here. Reception. PETA, the American Animal Rights Organization, has praised the game for including a vegetarian mode.
Wow.
Nice.
I know when I'm
Accessibility.
making my game, I want PETA to give it praises.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's progressive right there.
Yeah, that's very 2020-like of you.
What a sentence on the Wikipedia right here. The game was developed by the American studio First Playable Productions, but the company later removed all mentions of the game from its website.
I mean...
standard practice.
You make a game and then you just make it disappear.
Mm-hmm. Never happened.
Alrighty. And we had P5R, Persona 5 Royal. That came out. That's like a...
Probably really good, but I don't want to really play through the rest of Persona 5 again.
Alrighty. April. We're in April. We're in the spring. This is going to take a long time. We got a lot more games to go. Let's keep rolling. My Friend Pedro. Banana?
It looked cool.
It looked cool. Never played it, but it looked cool. It's like us for a lot of these games. Ooh. Resident Evil 3 Remake.
It was okay.
I, actively chose to skip that one. Just because...
Yeah,
Alex, did you watch anyone play this, Alex?
I did. Yeah, I've watched a playthrough of it. I'd say after the RE2 remake, I think you'd be disappointed going into this one. But it's worth at least maybe one playthrough. I think it's a one and done type deal, whereas 2 remake you could definitely play multiple times, I think.
Yep.
Alrighty. Ooh, April 10th. Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Tell us about that one, Tristan.
I blew up the Mako reactor.
Uh-huh.
And
the credits rolled.
Yeah. Shinra defeated.
it was so fun. I mean, it was kind of short. I don't know how they're going to make a part 2
in there, so you just kind of blew them up.
Why did it take so many years to make? I don't get it. Cloud looked pretty, though.
Agreed. I mean, the whole game looked pretty.
I don't know if we're giving out awards right now. I haven't thought about it.
Uh-huh.
Maybe not.
You can make up whatever award you want to give out.
Oh, this is my game of the year.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Put it out there right now.
Just throwing it out here in
drop
March.
A heavy reward like that.
I just dropped it.
Okay.
Is this a top 3 game for you this year, Alex?
It's definitely up there of 2020 games, but I'm trying to struggle to think of 3 games that I've played that's actually
I'm not
2020
putting people
release.
on the spot. I won't put you on the spot. So we'll keep going.
It's definitely up there, though.
It's up there. It's
definitely top 5.
Ooh, wow. That's a big list still, though. Top 5? Ooh.
Well, I'm giving it some leeway, because I have no idea how many 2020 games I've actually played.
And they got to come out in 2020. You can't count Azure Lane, you can't count Final Fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
They're top 1. Just made the list.
Top 1.
Top 1.
All right. Phantasy Star Online 2 came out for Xbox One.
Would have been cool if it came out like a decade ago.
That's why I put it in this list. Anything else?
No, that game took way too long to come out to the West.
The new one, though, that one looks...
It's like a graphical update, so at least maybe it'll be good.
Piqued my interest.
Right now, it's very dated.
Oh, I saw the graph. It looks so bad.
It looked good back in 2010. Now,
Guild Wars 1 looked better than this game.
In some ways, yeah.
Yeah, okay. This one's interesting. Little Town Hero came out on PS4. Little Town Hero being the Game Freak game. Coming out on a not Nintendo console.
I heard it wasn't too good. I'm surprised that was also this year.
No, it came out on Switch last year, but came out this year on a non-Nintendo console.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. But Toby Fox, guys.
Yep. He was involved in that game.
He's very popular in Japan. Random side note. Why does everyone know Undertale and Toby Fox in Japan?
Yeah, Sakurai just calls him up and invites him to his flat to play Smash.
We're just missing out on things. Like, this game's huge in Japan, the whole Arc thing, the Arc thing. What's going on there?
Yeah,
is that game big in Japan, too?
I think it is. A lot of the VTubers play it. But anyways.
There we go. You're right. That's true.
Is Vin Diesel big in Japan?
Oh, I bet he is. He's big everywhere. He's a pretty big guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
He's a pretty big guy.
True.
April 24th, we had 2 games. We had Predator Hunting Grounds. Ooh, yeesh.
It's made a
And-
weird face.
What? Yeah, that's the normal reaction to this game if you've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it at E3, right? And we were all like, yeah. But the other game we had was XCOM Chimera Squad.
Oh, I heard that was really bad. Or
Yeah, I heard it wasn't great.
moderately bad.
Yeah,
But
very
for a $20
mediocre.
game, I heard
Yeah.
people were like, I guess. But
Yeah.
if you're really looking for more XCOM game, I mean, sure. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when 4 days later we had a game called Gears Tactics come out.
Ah.
Yeah, it's
That-
Gears Tactics.
That game looked alright.
Did Cliffy B work on this one?
No. I saw some gameplay of it. It looked okay.
Nice. All right. April 30th, Tristan. What game came out?
Legends of Runeterra. I don't know.
That is correct.
Okay,
Legends
great.
of Runeterra.
Perfect.
All right. Did you play this one?
I did. I had a bite-sized review of it too when it originally first came out.
Nice.
I haven't been playing it since because it's like a money sink and a time sink.
Nice. And you got enough games on your plate.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Moving into May. We're speeding up a little. This one was in for the memes. Helltaker came out on May 11th. Alex, anything from the Peanut Gallery?
I don't know what that is.
This is the one with the succubus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some art. That's about it.
Yep. We had Mafia 3 Definitive Edition. Okay.
The least liked Mafia of the series.
Yep. Wonderful 101 Remastered.
Ah.
Cool game nobody's played.
Oh, you want a cool game nobody's played? Can you guess our next game? It's a game
No.
called Crucible?
Oh.
Cool game that nobody can play.
I don't know if you could categorize that as a cool game. It's just a game.
It's not even a game anymore.
Oh.
It
It was
got shut down.
it was like an ARG experience, you know? You kind of had to be there.
Yeah, I feel
That's
that game
true.
must have like a record for most shortest life of any game. Of a quote unquote live service game.
It went from May 20th. It went back to closed beta on June 30th. And then it shut down last month. So we had like 4 months of this game.
Mm-hmm.
It was a social experiment by Amazon.
Yeah.
Mm.
They'll
I
get
like
him
that.
next time.
They'll get him next time. Bezos will get us next time. All right. 22nd, we had Maneater.
Oh, the shark
was
game.
The shark,
The shark game. Yeah, the Tripwire interactive one.
Yeah.
It
Nice.
seemed kind of like one of those games where you'd be super entertained by it, but for about 45 minutes, and then you realize that's the entire game.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
it felt like Goat Simulator-esque.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, here's this next game. Here's a game that Tristan Jung actually beat. It's called
Question mark?
Minecraft Dungeons.
Ah.
Wait, you guys
Just
actually
some jump.
beat that game?
We beat that game.
Yeah. Yeah, we beat the game.
It
Okay.
was like 5 or 6 hours. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, there's multiple difficulties, so
I booted it up a couple weeks ago, actually. There's a lot more content now.
yeah, there's like 3 new levels, right?
Yeah, and they throw a lot of like, buy this DLC now at you.
Oh,
Mhm.
yikes.
I was gonna say, for an ARPG, 6 hours seemed really short.
Well, I mean, we played through the story, and then, we didn't get to
On
the
normal
grind.
difficulty, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The actual part of the game, we just kind of... The grindy part of the game isn't actually that fun.
No, and that's why we really didn't.
Yeah,
we played a
I
little
can see
bit,
that.
right? We played like the first, second level again, and we were like,
Yeah.
eh. All right, May 29th, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I still haven't beat that game. But unlike Tristan Jung, I've put 68 hours into
Oh
this
my
game, and
God.
I still haven't beaten it. So, I think I have about 20% left to go. That's what my brother told me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a ridiculously long game.
Yeah, so... And I don't really want to go back to it right now. So
Does it
anyway,
run well? Okay, the
it
issue is...
it runs really well, yeah.
Okay, then maybe I'll get on this... Because I had it on the Wii.
Oh, my brother said he had it on the Wii, and he's like,
And it was, like,
played
awful.
garbage on
Yeah,
the Wii.
it's garbage on the Wii.
It plays like 60 FPS.
Okay.
Maybe it dips a little bit. Maybe it's like 30. I don't actually
Yeah.
know, but it's smooth. That way.
Turns out, Switch can play a Wii game at 60 FPS.
Hey, it's been remastered.
Oh, true. They made the faces less ugly. Yeah.
Anyways, June 2nd, Tristan Jung.
Oh God. Valorant.
That just came out 6
Yeah, I think it'd
months
have
ago.
to be that game.
Tristan, give us a bite-sized review right now of Valorant.
What's the state of the game?
Valorant was a great game on launch. It played like CS:GO, and even the devs said that they were focusing on like gunfights. You don't have to worry about skills. You're not gonna be able to get kills with skills. Like, don't worry. Aiming is the way to go. And then like 2 months later, first of all, they start dropping like $80 skin packs.
Oh, I completely forgot about the skins that cost like $80.
I logged on yesterday and I clicked into the store first thing, and there was like an $80 skin pack there. It looked great, but I was like, I can't right now. And then they also added this store feature that they do in League of Legends, where it's like called Your Discounts or something, and every month it gives you like 6 discounted items.
Oh boy!
And it's personalized to the player. So I could get 20% off of a $30 knife if I wanted to. Besides the point, they completely ruined the game because they started adding operators that have like Overwatch-esque skills.
Yeah.
And they have turrets now. Like, I think it's not that fun. So, great start, and then they screwed it up.
You know what the first thing I said when this game came out is I was like, I don't trust Riot to make a balanced game that is a shooter like this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And look what happened.
Yeah, and honestly, I haven't seen much impact. Like, is there a big, at least online tourney scene for it right now? I haven't heard anything.
I think the pandemic stuff kind of screwed it over, but
yeah,
like,
they probably want to do stuff like that. But still, I would have expected more to try and get the pie of CS:GO.
I watch Hiko at least, and he's on 100 Thieves. So I've been like, I look at their wiki page once in a while. I think they've only participated in 2 tournaments.
Interesting. Yeah.
So, and I would assume 100 Thieves will get invited to all the tournaments.
Yeah.
I will say on Twitch right now, Valorant 43,000 viewers, CS:GO 25,000.
Oh, that's a different problem. I think that's because a lot of streamers play Valorant. And CS:GO on Twitch, if you actually go to the page, a lot of it is just reruns of tournaments or like.
That's true. I'm seeing that right now.
Yeah,
Valorant actually has like.
Yeah, CS is almost always huge numbers for tournaments, and then it's dead any other time.
Yeah.
It's actually like, wait, where's the 45K coming from? There's like, I don't think this number's right. There's like a lot of small-time streamers. There's like hundreds of streamers with like 100 viewers. And they're all in Spanish. And Turkish. Anyways. Moving on.
Oh, wait. One last thing.
Go ahead.
Never forget how they did the key distribution.
Oh, yeah, that was a
the Twitch
mess.
thing?
Yeah,
Oh,
where you
man.
had to watch streams to get the key.
Oh my god, I think I watched Summit for like 30 hours or something.
How did it work again? Did you have to, like,
It was like a Riot account integration. So you just linked your account to your Twitch account, and you would just watch. And eventually get it.
It's like a hostage situation, right?
Basically, yeah, you're being forced to watch. That time, Valorant was getting pretty high numbers.
They were getting like millions. Weren't they getting millions at some point?
No, it wasn't
not
that high.
millions. No, but they were.
I
Getting
mean, marketing aside, that's a genius way, kind of, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty scummy way. And it kind of like artificially inflates your numbers rather than.
Yeah, but I mean that's the whole part of the marketing.
Yeah,
though.
it
It's
is.
just, like,
Yeah.
just
It
get eyeballs
doesn't.
on
Yeah,
your
it doesn't
game.
matter if they aren't really watching. If they're at least just running the stream.
Yeah, I'm sure plenty of people just had streams open, not actually watching them.
Same.
Moving on. Clubhouse Games, 51 wide worldwide classics. That
Did
came
we
out.
play that together? I
No, we
played
never
that
did.
a couple times. Oh, okay.
We never did. We should play that game sometime. I should buy it first.
You
but
should buy it.
We should play Mahjong against each other.
I have played that with my sister a couple times. It's pretty fun.
Which games did you play? Okay, this is a joke. I don't know if you actually. There's like
I don't
51
remember
games, man.
off the top of my head.
Did you play? All right,
Like
just
poker and bowling.
If there's no PAX this year with no Pong, all right, you ready? We're having 2021 Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics, best of 51. We play all 51 games.
Oh my god.
Whoever wins the most.
True gamer tourney.
Winner takes all.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Okay. I gotta buy the game.
I'm game.
Start prepping every single strategy for every single game.
Oh man, screw League of Legends. I'm canceling my coach payments. I gotta practice Clubhouse.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a coach for all those games.
Yeah.
Like you ever play?
No. I'm gonna pick 26 games strategically. So I mean, I don't need to win all of them. I just need to win
What
26
about slot
games.
cards? I'm gonna steal slot cards from you.
Oh no, that's like my brand. You can't do that.
No, I'm taking.
Okay.
Yeah, good game. Good game. There's a game called Mancala. I've never heard of that game.
I've played that before.
Okay, have you played? Do you know the difference between Mahjong Solitaire, Klondike Solitaire, and Spider Solitaire? Because I'm gonna sweep the board on the Solitaire game.
Oh, I got 9 months to figure that out. So
Okay. Moving on. Command & Conquer Remastered Collection, June 5th. I got that game. It was good. I didn't play it for more than a couple hours, though, because it's hard. Guys, old games had no remorse for players.
no mercy.
Yeah. Old RTS games. Those were
You know
rough.
how many times I had to reload a save because, like, you're trying to get a secret agent and this dog just comes out of nowhere and eats him. Oh, man. June 13th, Persona 4 Golden. It's here.
On what?
On PC.
On PC.
Oh, they dropped it like it was like a shadow drop.
Yeah,
or
it
something,
was a shadow
right?
drop for the PC gaming show.
Yeah, PC gaming show. Unfortunately got leaked beforehand, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it did.
The trailer, I think, or something.
It's a good game. It's kind of dated at this point. But
I'll play it one day.
yeah, it's still really
How long
good.
is this game? Question mark before I do.
It's like
commit to
60
this?
hours or
60
something.
hours if
God.
you don't do any like side content at all.
And it's golden too, right? So that means it's like the full edition.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I'll think about it.
Hot take. I think P4 has a better story than P5.
I've never played either. So Tristan, if I play this game, you play Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, okay.
My hot take is I like Persona 4's music more than P5. But that's not saying that P5's music is bad. Like, it's all really good, but just my take.
I think P3's music is the best, but anyways, we don't want to open that can of worms.
We're
I was
split.
ready for a heated debate.
No.
You guys
I
both
like
just
felt it coming
conceded.
up, and I was like, nope.
You guys
No.
both conceded immediately. All right, we'll save that. We'll table that one. When we're running out of content for one of these weeks, I'll be like, debate music now.
The great Shoji Meguro.
Tristan, present your opening arguments.
Yeah.
Alex, rebuttal.
Mhm.
Okay. June 16th, we had Jump Rope Challenge. Isn't that funny? Tristan posted a picture of that.
Yeah,
today.
I posted about it today. I mean, that also had some drama. Glad that's over with.
That had drama?
Yeah, I remember it. It was like it got taken off the store, and then
No, it wasn't really drama, though. We'll get to the real drama.
Okay.
Yeah. June 19th, Last of Us Part 2.
Game of the year.
I should play those games one of these days, huh?
You haven't played the first one?
There's like games where you assume that everyone's played these games, right?
Yeah.
It's like in order to have your gamer card, you have to have played these games.
Yeah.
And this is one of those where it's just like I've never played it. Mainly because I didn't get a PS4 until like 2017. So I never played the original, right? And that was a PS3 game, right?
Yeah,
I
but
think.
the remastered was on
Yeah.
PS4.
I never had a PS3, so I never had a chance to play the original.
Uh-huh.
I now have the remastered because I have it on the PlayStation Plus collection on PS5,
Yep.
so I could play through all of them now.
I think it's good.
I've also never played an Uncharted game, so
I've played
Shoot
through
me.
the Uncharted games.
we know that story.
Oh, my brain's melting.
All right, June 23rd, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated.
I heard it was a good remaster.
Same here.
Lot
So,
of remasters this year.
A lot of remasters, yeah. And last but not least, in Jaloon, I said
Jaloon.
Jaloon. We have Star Wars Episode 1 Racer,
What is that?
aka Pod Racer.
Is there a remaster of Race or Pod Race?
That is the HD re-release for PS4 and Nintendo Switch.
Oh, never came out for PC, huh?
No.
That must be why I forgot it existed.
Came out on Xbox One last month, 2 months ago. I
Man,
mean, Alex, why would you need a remaster? It came out on PC in 1999. Just buy the original.
Well, I have the N64 version. I played so much of that game. That game had cheating AI. That game ruined me.
You've never seen cheating AI in Warhammer 2 Total War. You've never played Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
Man, that game was hard. Maybe I was young, so maybe I was just really bad at it.
Yeah, maybe
now if I went back to it, yeah, I'd probably
think they're hard, and then it's like, no, I was just like 9, and I was bad at games. Alrighty. We're halfway there. July. Hopefully this will go faster. Actually, no, this is not going to go faster.
Why?
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 on July 10th.
There's a sequel?
There is a sequel. I heard it was good.
Yeah, I heard Bloodstained 1 was good, so it must be good too.
July 14th. Oh, this one's a fun one. Death Stranding for PC.
Next.
Next. July 17th. Ghost of Tsushima. I should play this game. Yeah, I heard it was really good.
I know a lot of people say it's good.
For me, it was like, oh, it's just another Assassin's Creed game. But it's like a lot better than that, I've heard.
I heard it also has multiplayer now.
Oh. How does that work?
I don't know. Somebody asked me if I had the game because they want to play multiplayer, and I said, sorry, I don't. But I think you played through the campaign together. It's like some co-op mode, if I remember correctly.
It won Best Art Direction at the Game Awards, as well as the Best Players Vote, as well as Game of the Year for Famitsu.
Yeah, it has 2-player story missions and 4-player survival missions.
4-player? Whoa. Can you play this on PS5?
Yeah.
Nice. Alright, well. Add it to the pile of games that I need to play. Paper Mario Origami King. Good game.
Yeah, I think you're the only one who played it out of us.
Yeah, I never ended up picking it up.
Really funny game.
You beat it really quickly, if I remember correctly. You did it in like a weekend or something like that.
I beat it in like a week, yeah. It was like 30 hours. It was fun. I liked it. It got a lot of hate on the combat. I thought the combat wasn't great, but it was still fun. Rock of Ages 3. Make and Break. I just had to put it here because I didn't know there was another Rock of Ages game that came out.
Is that like the pinball game?
It's like the bowling game. Where it's like you're a big boulder. It's hard to describe it.
Cool. Rocks are
fun. Carrion.
Oh, this is where you're like the flesh meat monster.
Yes. Yeah,
you're eating everything.
Digital things. Yeah.
That looked enticing. I think I've seen a little bit of gameplay of it since. Cool game. Cool concept. Cool game. I don't think I'd pick it up personally, but it's, I'm me, so that's not a good indicator.
You know what we didn't talk about earlier during the E3 thing? Remember Devolver released a freaking game of their E3 this year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Virtually VR.
That was crazy.
I remember I wanted to play it, but I couldn't because my internet was still slow back then.
No.
And it was like
those
a 10
dark
gig
days.
down. Yeah.
Now you can't go back. Do you realize this?
I could.
But you wouldn't. You would go to a place. You'd be like, what's the internet speed here? And the guy's like, well, when I play Fortnite with my grandkid, I can download it at 1 megabyte per second. Tristan's like, nope, not going back to that. Crisis Remastered coming out on Switch.
That was big news, I remember.
Did anyone say how it ran? Did Digital Foundry do a video? I think they did. I think they said it ran all right.
My take, I assume it didn't run that well, because the issue with Crisis, do you know about this?
The CPU thing. Yeah, with the core counts versus the clock speeds.
Yeah, they assume the clock speed will go higher, so they optimize it for that, but obviously that's not where we are, so I don't think it runs, quote-unquote, well on anything.
The Wikipedia article says that the Digital Foundry video said that the remastered was not based on the PC version, but on the inferior PS3 Xbox 360 version. Anyways, in August also the 8K ray traced version came out on PC. So, go blow up your computer with that. Alright, July 28th, Destroy All Humans remaster. Remake? Remake.
Yeah, another kind of cult classic game. That's
Look
cool
fun.
gameplay. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
kind of... It's, I don't want to call it GTA Aliens, but it kind of is. In a very loose sense. You basically
Yep.
just cause mischief and destruction to a human populace as an alien. It's got
This is like such a like PS2 era game.
Oh yeah, this was totally
Just
a
like the
product of its
feel
time.
of it
Yeah.
and what you do and what the gameplay is
Yeah,
like.
it's very goofy. It doesn't take itself seriously. It's very self-aware, and it's just a kind of stupid fun time.
Oh, August 4th, we introduced a concept of currency called crowns with this one.
Oh,
Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. Remember this game was free on PS Plus and it like had like millions of
it
downloads
like
or something?
exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game came out of nowhere. I don't think anybody expected it to get this big.
Everyone saw it because it was at 2 of the E3s, right, for Devolver, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was in like the 2019 show and people were like, oh, that looks fun. And they showed it again, you know, in the 2020 show. And then like everyone just played it. And then Tim the Tatman couldn't get a crown and that was funny. Tristan Jung got a crown in like 30 minutes and he's like, Masters
Games
only.
for babies. Masters only, and then I lost every single
And
match
then he
after that.
lost every match. August 7th, Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. I played that game. Game was fun.
I think we watched you get bodied by a robot.
You might have watched me get bodied, but then eventually I got good.
Yeah, it was the flying robot thing. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah, the big one. Before I was like high level, yeah. I remember that one. Game runs a lot better now too, so
Okay, good.
go play it. It's fun. Risk of Rain 2 came out.
Good game?
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it.
I've only still played the original.
I think I played about 20 hours of Risk of Rain 2.
20 hours. Oh.
Yeah.
Tristan's time this year is spent between the weirdest games.
Confession.
Okay. You didn't like it.
No, I thought it was great, but the progression system in that game's a little grindy.
It was in the original too.
So I decided to cheat. And
Yeah,
I
that's
changed the
fine.
config.
Oh, man.
And I just gave myself like 100,000 of the currency that you're supposed to grind out.
Oh, man.
And then I also unlocked every single character.
Oh, man.
And each character has like alternate abilities. I unlocked all of those too.
All right. We're moving
Then he
on.
downloaded a car. We know the story.
Yep. And then one thing leads to another, and Tristan's in jail.
Yeah. It's my 2020 story.
August 13th. Total War Saga Troy. I only put it in here because this is weird where a game came out and it was free on the first day.
On Epic Game Store.
I have it. I've never played it, but I have it.
Yeah, I've never played it either.
Next game. Wow, this was a busy month. August 14th, Factorio came out. Full version. By the way, the company who makes it is called Woob Software. Woobe?
Whoop.
Whoopee.
They're from Czech Republic.
Good game.
Good game.
Wait, when are we going to graduate to Satisfactory?
I don't know.
That's what I've been wondering, 'cause for the longest time I would always get Factorio and Satisfactory mixed up in my head.
Is Satisfactory actually out?
Yeah, it's on sale right now on Steam.
Or is it still
put that in
early
your
access, I mean? No, it's still early access. It's still early access.
Come on.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
fine.
in early access too.
What?
What?
What? What does that mean?
I don't know, it's whatever you want to mean.
Okay, we're gonna move on. I don't want to delve into that one.
Anyways, Albert, I do have the game already, so think about it.
I don't, so we'll think about it. I haven't even beaten this one.
Oh, that's true. I gotta go play with you again.
All right, Microsoft Flight Simulator and Spiritfarer, double whammy, on August 18th. Those are cool games.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Flight Simulator is impressive in terms of what they set out to do. And it gets pretty close to making a very convincing Earth. There's some errors and glitches here and there, but no, it's extremely good looking.
But it's
game.
like, welcome to Earth.
Yeah, very much so. Impressive. And they keep updating it and sometimes adding more bugs, but then fixing them eventually. So they've been doing good.
Can you play that game with ray tracing?
I don't think so, but I don't think you would even if it had the option to, because it already eats frames as it is.
Hey man, you gotta power your triple 3090 setup somehow.
Yeah, I guess you need your super SLI set up to
have
with
like
3090s.
a 64 core Threadripper or something like that. Anyways, Battletoads new game came out. That's not what it's just called, Battletoads, but it was the new game.
Battletoads 2020.
I didn't hear anything about this game. I didn't hear it wasn't great.
I actually forgot it even existed.
I didn't even know it came out. All right, moving on.
I got nothing.
Samurai Jack Battle Through Time.
I made a really weird face. I didn't even know that was a game that was coming out.
That was a me. That's because I curate the list, and this game looked cool. But I never played it.
All I know is Samurai Jack the show. I have no idea what the game looks like.
It used Mako as an archived recording to voice Aku. That's just a random fact that I just found out.
Wow.
All right, anyways.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Last Campfire. That was Hello Games' next game after No Man's Sky that came out. Surgeon Simulator 2. Jump Force Deluxe Edition. Ooh, this next one. Madden NFL 21.
Oh, man.
Finally. I've been waiting all list for this one.
All right, let me stand up.
Wait, where are you going?
I don't know why I said I don't know. I was like any sort of motion.
Okay.
Keep going.
Wasteland 3. Moving on.
It looks
Crusaders Kings 3.
I watched a fair bit of this game. It looks really fun. Has a kind of medieval sim game of dynasty life, all that.
Is it like Civ?
No, it's
not
grand,
really.
It's like more grand. It's more grand strategy than 4X.
Yeah. But yeah, it's got a lot of cool systems. Very deep to learn if you get into it. But yeah, it's a cool, unique experience, I would say. Although it's kind of like other Paradox games if you played them. Roughly.
All right. Iron Harvest. I don't know if you guys know this game. It's the World War II with giant robots strategy game thingy. All right, moving on. Ooh, this one? I should play it. It looks so much fun. Spellbreak.
Oh, I played it.
Is it fun?
This is the Battle Royale game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mage Battle Royale.
Yeah. It looks fun.
It's very projectile heavy.
Which is why I like it, because it's not like bullets, right?
Yeah.
It's
you
like
have to time all your shots.
Yeah. I see Siegel play it all the time, and he destroys people because he played Soldier all the time in TF2.
If you want to try it, I do have an account. I played it a couple times. It's a little bit grindy as well, because there's like 6 different elements, and you get to choose which elements you equip as your primary and secondary. And as you level up, you get more skills. Interesting game.
I like the visual style.
It's very Genshin Impact-y, I feel.
Hey,
or anime.
We're not there yet. Hold on.
Holding?
We gotta talk about a great game right now. A great game. It launched on Stadia. It's called Marvel's Avengers.
Yep.
I think
Smile.
We talked about this game.
Yep, we talked about it a lot.
Yeah, I've watched enough of that game.
Dumpster fire. All right, moving on. NBA 2K21.
Cool.
Was it better than the old one? I hope, because the other one seemed really bad. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Classics. I saw some gameplay footage of them. Looked really good as a kind of remake. Pretty faithful to the originals while just being visually eye-popping. And, the ska soundtrack. That's all you need.
Yeah, they got everything back, right?
Except for like 1 or 2 songs, yeah.
That's pretty good. Still pretty good. Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. Played the original. It was okay. I'm surprised this game got a remaster. It has like a cult following.
It does, yeah. So, yeah. And everything's getting remastered nowadays, so, might as well just do Kingdoms.
Half the games on this list have been like remasters. Ooh. September 15th, we got a game called Fight Crab, which was the crab battle royale game on Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
That's it. We also had Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Dry. Spelunky 2.
I heard that's a good game.
I heard it's really good.
People
my
love
roommate
Spelunk.
Yeah. Hades, full release.
1.0.
1.0.
And
I
it's
still
a
need
game.
to play through a 1.0 playthrough.
And here's my hot take. Hades is my game of the year.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't want to give it to Warzone.
I'm surprised that was the other game you had in mind.
That was the contender.
That was the contender.
I mean, I haven't played that many other 2020 games.
It's true.
I think Hades just like clicked with me. I mean, after like the first 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like, it's a really good roguelike, but it's like, does it do anything like crazy?
Also, I really like roguelikes, as you know.
Yeah, so do I. Alrighty. I already did that game, but these were other releases on Switch. Ooh. Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
Oh my god.
September 18th. You were going to bring up something with Jump Rope game or challenge or whatever it was called.
This is where we started the vault joke, the ongoing...
Yeah.
Has this game entered the vault yet?
No,
I
3
forget.
months. 3 months.
Okay,
till it
we
goes
still
into
got
the
3
vault.
months, yeah.
Yeah.
Till it's gone forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can buy it individually, I think, right?
No,
I think that was
they said
the...
that. I don't think they said that.
Oh, really? Okay,
No.
maybe it was just a guess.
What if you buy a physical copy of it after the game goes into the vault? Are there physical copies? Maybe it's
Yeah,
only digital.
I think so.
Yeah, I think there is too, right? I think there's physical copies.
I think so. Yeah, because they were selling them at, like, Best Buy. Yeah, I mean, it's like a collector's edition, right?
Yeah, it's actually only $50 on Amazon, surprisingly, for some reason. There you go. If you want a non-vault edition, they should call it non-vault edition. Pick one up physical, I guess. Alrighty, that one we already did. Ooh, September 28th, we had Genshin Impact.
Hot take, I actually didn't like that game at all.
I have a lot of friends who really like it. I never
Yeah.
got it just because I was worried of the weird spyware, malware stuff, and I
I heard about that. I don't know. But overall, I don't know. Maybe it gets good at the end game grind, but to me, it just, I don't know, it didn't click with me as a gacha game. And it seems kind of ruthless as a gacha game to me.
I'm gonna be honest. I went with the Alex gotcha game opinion, and if he didn't like it, I wasn't gonna try it.
You know, it's a good gauge. But then, also people wouldn't like that I don't like Fate Grand Order. So,
it's true.
I know plenty of people like that game.
Yeah. Tristan didn't even bat an eye at this game.
Oh, no, thank you.
No, I don't blame you. I don't. People compare this game all the time to Breath of the Wild.
What?
I mean, I guess
Question mark?
It's because you can climb stuff. That's like
you
the
can
only
climb
reason.
stuff, you can fly, and I guess the art style maybe a little bit. The color palette, I guess, at least I would say. But other than that, I don't get it at all. It's not Breath of the Wild in the slightest. And I was even the biggest fan of Breath of the Wild. Other hot take.
Other hot take.
I'm full of them.
Alrighty. October. We're almost there. And by that I mean we have 3 more months to go. Alright. Let's keep rolling. Super Mario Brothers 35. Remember that one?
I still haven't played that yet. It comes free with the Nintendo Switch Online, right?
Yeah, can you even play it anymore?
I think so. I saw it.
March 31st. Get it while it's before it goes to the vault.
Into the vault.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a new strat. What if I go into the vault with it?
Oh. Rogue Company. Remember this one? Remember how I brought this one up? And you guys, what is that game?
I still don't remember.
I'm still trying to remember what it is again.
It's the Battle Royale from Hi-Rez.
Guys who made
I know who
Tribes.
Hi-Rez is, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember what Rogue Company is still.
I'm gonna be honest, the only reason I know is because I watched Doc for like a week and this was the only game he was playing.
Oh, that's like the third person
Yeah. Battle Royale.
Valorant-ish game. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Or not a battle royale. It's like a 4v4.
Yeah, it's like a Valorant-ish game.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's what they're intending to go after. But it's like third person, yeah.
That came out.
It did.
That's it. Crash 4.
Heard people really love that game. Probably, I heard it's one of the best platformers of the year for a lot
I
of
saw
people.
a VTuber play it. It looks pretty fun.
Nice. Which one?
Oh, you know who. The only one I
Okay.
actually watch. But on the same day, we had Star Wars Squadrons. I kind of wanted to buy this and play it on VR. I was very thinking about it.
Yeah, I watched somebody play. I can't remember if they did it in VR or not. No, they didn't. They were using a flight stick.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people, when they play in VR, they also use a flight stick or a joystick, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay, maybe not.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if you had a flight setup. But yeah, if you don't, I don't know how much you get out of this game.
Mm-hmm. That's another thing I was thinking of, like, I was like, what are good VR games? And someone was like, Elite Dangerous, but you need, like, a joystick with, like, 50 buttons to remap everything to. And I was like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, and getting one of those after Microsoft Flight Sim came out. Yeah, good luck.
Oh, gosh. FIFA 21. I put this in here just because Tristan plays FIFA.
I bought it. I picked it up.
There we go.
I'm there.
Here we go.
Fight 1v1 me. Let's go.
Is it good?
No, it's bad.
Okay.
Oh, man.
And moving on.
Yeah, I know you had people in the office who would play it from time to time. Do you guys ever get to play it together?
Yeah, we have like a recurring, every 2 weeks we hop on and play FIFA together. The only gripe I have about that game when playing online is you can't do 2v2 online. You can only do 1v1 online.
Why is that? Huh.
I don't know. They just don't have that feature.
Don't have the tech.
Don't have
there
the
yet.
tech.
Man, random tangent, but I was thinking it would be so cool if you could have like a full lobby of people and they'd all be a soccer player.
Yeah, like 11v11.
Yeah, that'd be such a cool game.
Maybe 20 years from now when EA decides to,
Yeah, when they have to actually figure out how to innovate something.
Yeah.
And not just sell more card packs or whatever they sell.
They'll call it FIFA Royale. That's what it'll be.
Yeah, that should be a really fun game. Honestly.
I think they have something like that. Or maybe we talked about it here of like you score a goal and the other team loses a player or something.
Oh, wait, wouldn't that just be really snowbally, though?
I guess so. Yeah, you're going to have to figure out a way to...
It needs to be like Gun Game, where if you score, you lose a player.
Yeah, that works too.
Or like it gets harder the more you score.
Yeah, and you drop guns in the middle of the playing field and you start shooting at it. I'm just kidding.
Tristan Jung's ideas are free, EA.
Mm-hmm.
So, October 13th, Torchlight 3. We talked about this.
Yep.
And then no one played it.
Yep.
Moving on. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit.
My house is too small to play that video game.
My house is big enough, but this thing's too expensive to play this video
Oh
game.
no.
Is this thing like $200?
I thought it was $100.
But it only comes with like one car, right?
Yeah, I mean you don't... Wait, you're gonna play with your roommates or something?
Well, what, with solo racing?
CPU.
One person racing? I don't know.
Yeah, it's $100.
It's like more Nintendo weird stuff. Remember Labo, Tristan?
I have the robot set sitting outside in front of my closet. Because I was going to sell it on eBay or something.
Oh, no. Scalper.
I am...
Scalper.
No, I'll sell it for a normal price. I'm not, like, I don't have storage room to
You said I want to get rid of it. Alright, this one's here for reasons unknown. Amnesia Rebirth.
Is that a remake?
Nope. It's a new one. That's it. Moving on. Bless Unleashed.
What?
Bless Unleashed.
I don't have no idea what that is.
Bless Unleashed.
Bless Online, right?
Yeah.
So the reboot, I think.
Yeah, it's like the free-to-play edition or something. Yeah, it's like a Korean MMO that people were really hyped for, and then it,
all
like,
I know is a
bombed.
bunch of people got paid to stream it, and then, like, it was so corny. Like, you could tell they really didn't like the game that much.
Yeah.
Yep, that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
End of October, we had the random No More Heroes 1 and 2 drop. And then we also had Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster. Tristan, were you going to play that? I forget.
Wait, what? I thought that was only in Japan.
Yeah, but I mean, it still came out.
Okay. Yeah. I will play it when it comes out in English.
Actually, it released in Korean as well. Japanese, Chinese, and Korean on October 29th, 2020 for Nintendo Switch and PS4.
I'll just
Worldwide
wait.
English release followed for 2021.
I feel like SMT in Korean, I'm not going to be able to understand half the words.
That's fine. That's fine. You just play along in English in another console and just, Watch Dogs Legion on the 29th as well.
I'm
Did you
so
play this one,
glad.
Tristan?
No, I'm so glad that I didn't buy it. I heard it was awful.
You were saying you were going to buy it.
Yeah, it was going to be my, next gen game, and then temptation of Call of Duty got me.
Yeah, he got really excited for this game.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it did okay in terms of ratings, but yeah. Pikmin 3 Deluxe? Meh. Let's see what else. We're in November now, by the way. So we're gonna have a lot of next-gen stuff. But to start, we had Bakugan Champions of Vestoria.
This was the thing in the Switch Direct that they spent 20 minutes on.
We have one more game, and everyone went crazy, and then they tweeted out,
became this game.
It's not a Nintendo game.
Yeah, that game looked a little rough around the edges.
Yep. That's it. That's all we need for that game. Alright, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered.
I remember playing the first original version way back in the day. That was fun.
Cool beans. Moving on, Tropico 6.
There's 6
that
of them.
That game came out a long time ago.
6 of them. Oh, it came out on Switch. Sorry, you're right. It did come out last year. I missed that.
Because I remember getting a key for that.
Get out of here, Tropico 6. We are on the Xbox release, so we've got Valhalla, Bright Memory, Destiny 2 Beyond Light, and Fuser.
I heard Fuser's good. I've been playing through Destiny 2 Beyond Light. It's alright. Valhalla, I heard, is very good. I gotta ask Dexter.
I heard it was meh.
Because he's like the Assassin's Creed guy. He plays like every single one that comes out.
Oh boy. Bright Memory was that one everyone's like, wow, it's like this cool looking FPS game, but then we found out it was like a 10-person team in China, and it was like, hold up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Alright. A one that people are telling me to play, but I don't really like farming games, but Sakuna of Rice and Ruin.
Yeah, I heard Japan loves this game.
I
honestly, I haven't watched any gameplay of it or anything, but I've just been intrigued by how far-reaching this has been. Because I've seen plenty of people say they love it.
I've heard it caters to everyone. It's like there's the farming and like the Animal Crossing, not Animal Crossing, but like Stardew Valley type, thing.
Yeah, kind of.
But then when you're actually fighting, it's a side-scrolling fighting game, so it's like an actual
interesting. Okay,
action game. So it's not like Stardew Valley where you like press a button and it's like the combat's super boring. Anyways, moving on. We got PS5 launch, so we've got Astro's Playroom, fun game.
Yeah, cool showing of the controller features and haptics and all that.
Yeah. Godfall, which I heard was kind of mediocre.
Yeah, I think I kind of expected that, though.
Yep. Demon Souls, pretty good. Still haven't beaten it. Maybe I'll eventually go back and beat the last 2 bosses.
That's a very beautiful remake of the game. Maybe that's just because FromSoft games typically aren't that pretty.
And it's like a remake of like a really old game.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it looks really good regardless.
Yeah, it's
and
insanely good.
We have Sackboy, A Big Adventure. Maybe one day Tristan and I will play this game. This has become more of a what games do we need to play still list. And then Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Well, watched a playthrough of it. That's about all I got.
I was waiting for a hot take from you in case you had one. I didn't play it. I don't have it.
A hot take for this game?
Yeah.
Give me the hot take.
No, I thought you were going to have a hot take.
Oh, No, I don't. I heard, dude. There's so many Spider-Man fans out there. You can't say anything bad, or they jump on you. Okay,
Smile.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan.
Toby's my favorite Spider-Man.
I left the best game for last though. November 12th, we had Bug Snacks come out as well.
Oh, yeah.
Masterpiece.
That's my game of the year.
That's how you kick off a decade right there.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
That's truly next gen. But no, seriously, Bug Snacks, I watched a game playthrough watched a playthrough of it. I watched a playthrough of Bug Snacks, and it's actually a really clever game, I think.
I watched a 15-minute speed run where they jumped over half the game. Does that count?
It has good writing. It's, really goofy and stuff. So it's a funny game.
It's free too, so I mean,
exactly. So yeah,
can't say no.
It's got Bunger.
Oh,
Bunger.
November 13th, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Let's go.
Tristan.
It's a great game.
Is it
for
really?
zombies?
Oh,
That's it.
I heard that's the only part people are really liking is the zombies part of it. For the rest of it, I heard it's not.
I just went back to Modern Warfare for multiplayer.
Yeah, that's what I've heard from most people.
All right, ooh, this next one. Woo-hoo-hoo. Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. Ooh, I beat that game in 3 days, and it was all right. That's all. That's all I have.
Critical to the Kingdom Hearts lore.
Yep, it is. Yep. I put this game in here because I didn't know it ever came out, but there is a game called Bubble Bobble 4 Friends, The Baron is Back.
Oh, yeah. I got a bunch of emails. Yeah, I got a bunch of emails about it. I like Bubble Bobble. I used to play it in the arcades a lot. It's like the new installment. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's here.
Is it on Switch? Maybe I'll pick it up and play
It's
with my
on
sister.
Switch. This was the PS. Oh no, this was the PS4 Nintendo Switch launch. Huh. Whatever. I don't know. November 20th. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. Did you beat this one?
Nope.
Tristan?
Runs like butt. And there's just so many side quests, and we were doing a bunch of side quests, and
Who's we?
my sister and I, because there's couch co-op.
Oh, that's right.
And then we just kind of stopped because it just didn't run that well.
Because it runs like butt.
Yeah.
You know what's... your sister plays game, but does she classify herself as a gamer at all?
Sometimes I would classify her as more of a gamer than I am.
Because it's bad when someone who doesn't play a lot of games is when they notice the frame rate's bad, that's when it's real bad.
Yep.
Because there were a lot of people who hadn't played a Nintendo game in decades, right? Or in a decade. And they got a Switch and they played Breath of the Wild. And it's if you play a lot of games, you're like, you see that frame dip? You see that frame dip? And they're like, no, not really. But when those types of people are ew, what was that? That's when it's real bad.
This game kind of soupy.
Yep. And let this be heard, Tristan's sister, bigger gamer than Tristan. Mm-hmm. Said by him himself.
At times.
What is her game of the year?
Yeah, go ask her that.
Should I just walk over?
Yeah.
She'll probably say Animal Crossing. I think she played 200 hours of that.
Okay.
That's cheating. Okay, but acceptable answer.
Mm-hmm.
We had World of Warcraft Shadowlands. None of us have played that game.
Yeah, I don't even know what the opinion is, if it was a good expansion or not.
I haven't heard that either. Maybe it's I guess it's a month, but who knows? Let's roll through the December releases real quick. Football Manager 2021. Pass. Empire of Sin. Pass. State of Decay 2.
Huh. Didn't know.
Okay.
Didn't know that came out.
Ooh. This next one.
I didn't know that came out either.
This next one. Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Oh my god. Thank you, Albert.
This game. I bought this game.
Thanks to Albert, I know what this game is.
Same.
Because otherwise I would have forgotten it.
Has sold 3 more copies because of my shilling of this game.
Who'd you sell it to?
Some listener had looked it up and they were like, this game looks all right.
Okay.
That's just me guessing.
Because it definitely isn't us.
Yeah.
Oh no. All right. John Wick Hex.
I actually saw a little bit of gameplay of this. It looked pretty creative from a gameplay standpoint.
Oh, it came out last year. Oh.
Wait, Hex did?
Yeah.
Did it?
On phones or
PC.
something?
It came out this year on Switch and Xbox.
Oh.
Skipping it.
Oh,
Get
it's
out
alright.
of here.
Anyways, old.
Cyberpunk. I think we all know that one came
Yeah,
out this year.
I think you can just go to our previous episode and listen for an hour.
Yeah, go to episode 63. It starts at 4 minutes, and it goes on for about 55 minutes.
Yes, sir. Medal of Honor Above and Beyond.
That's the VR one.
Yes. I've not heard how this one's recepted.
I heard it was bad.
Okay, that's unfortunate, because I was
and
hoping
it was
it'd be good.
made by Respawn, too.
Vince?
And I looked at gameplay. I looked at gameplay, Alex, and it just, like, visually, it looks like a 5-year-old VR game. It looks bad.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Like, after going through Alex, which looks so good. Oh, man, this game. Ugh.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So, yeah, who knows? Not directed by Vince, though. Directed by Peter Hirschman. In our last game. A game I didn't even know came out until Tristan told me. Super Meat Boy Forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I remember so many PAX ago, I was watching you play that game.
I think that was like PAX 2017 I played that game.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're running very, very late. I'm going to take 1 minute to talk about it. It's honestly harder than Super Meat Boy, but it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And
Should I buy it?
I think you should buy it.
It's on sale.
I think Epic Store has like a $10 coupon that you can use.
Oh, it's on Epic?
Yep.
Oh.
Because the levels are randomly generated, you can't look up a walkthrough to figure out how to beat your levels. So you have to use your brain and do it yourself.
Oh, man.
That's an unselling point.
Mm-hmm. Gotta be a gamer to beat this game.
Alrighty. Maybe I'll pick it up. Okay, that was long-winded and maybe more than we needed, and now this is going to be like a 2-hour podcast. But that was the 2020 year in review. I don't know if we had to go through every single game, but that was an experiment.
Mm-hmm.
What do we rate the... Taking into account pandemic and such, I think that this year went pretty fine, but what do you guys think? What would you rate this year in terms of gaming? Letter grade. We'll do letter grades.
Yeah,
Was there enough for you to play?
well, there was in a sense, but I was thinking, and like, a lot of the time I spent in games this year was actually on games that didn't come out this year. Like, a major one was Warhammer 2, Total War.
You just picked it up for the first time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was on sale, so I decided to finally pick it up, and then I got a bunch of the DLCs and stuff, which some did come out this year, so maybe you can put an asterisk next to it. Honestly, that would probably be my game of the year. Because I didn't think I'd actually like it as much as I liked it, and I just continue to love that game. It's so much fun to just jump into it and just do battles as all the different factions. They feel so good.
It was weird reading someone describe Warhammer as a grand strategy game, because I was like, it kind of is, but like, maybe I've just been playing Total War so long that it doesn't feel like a grand strategy game to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah. In terms of the actual year of gaming, I only played maybe like less than 5 games that actually came out this year. Honestly. I don't play many indie games, and I don't really play many AAA games either, so...
Well, that kind of eliminates like 95%
so
of the game.
I'm the ultimate niche gamer at this point.
He knows
So
what he likes.
I got my go-tos that have been out for years at this point.
Alright.
I don't know. I guess I'd give it like a solid B-. You tried.
You tried. Oof.
You showed up with games.
I'm a B plus. I felt like I was drowning in games, to be honest. Plus the new consoles came out, but I mean there weren't any that were like super spectacular. So I think B plus is a pretty good grade.
Yeah, I agree. Like taking pandemic into mind, maybe an A-, right? But in terms of the quality of the games and like the variety of games, a solid year. We're not like the was it 2004 that had like all of the crazy games that came out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't like an A+ year like that, but definitely a lot of variety and a lot of fun stuff. I don't have an ending to this. How do we end this?
Just cut it.
Do I just read the closing?
That wraps up 2020. Have a happy new year. I think, like I said, this is New Year's Eve when this comes out, so next time you see us, we're going to be in 2021, where the world's going to be a magically better place.
Yeah.
And we will be having 2021 New Year gaming resolutions next episode. And maybe some personal awards. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll have to do some brainstorming on that.
Yeah, that wraps it up for episode 64 of Viewport Relay. Viewport Relay is available on Radio Public, iTunes, Google Music, Stitcher, Podbean, and all your favorite podcast directories. If you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to subscribe, review, and share it with your friends. We're also on social media as Viewport Gaming on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But Tristan, why Viewport Gaming?
Well, Viewport Relay is part of Viewport Gaming, a website that provides a look into video games through reviews, features, and podcasts. You can find all Viewport Gaming content at viewportgaming.com.
Thank you, Tristan, and as always, I've been your host, Albert Corson, joined by Tristan Jung.
Goodbye!
And Alex Nexter.
See you next year.
And we're all very tired if you can't tell.
Nexter.
Oh my god.